What's up, friends? My name is Kevin Basset. Let's talk about The Off-Season by J. Cole. J. Cole's The Off-Season, sixth studio album by the rapper J. Cole. It's a cool album. As someone who experiences rap from kind of a different place, so I have a rule that I personally follow with rap where I try not to listen to the N-word said too much so that I never say it, because society has determined that if I say it, I will be canceled. And it's also, I don't agree with using the word in a modern context. It just feels off to me. So I listened to this album clean. Wanted to clarify that before getting too deep in so that you guys understand that this is a slightly different experience I'm having. Let's get into the album. As always, J. Cole is killing it with his flow and his lyrical focuses. I think his flow is showcased most on the first 5-6 tracks, where there's not much focus on hooks. It's just straight production, rapper on top of the production, spitting his rhymes. There's not really any clear choruses, and there's not really a focus on structure. It's just verse, 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 J. Cole doing his thing. Maybe there are choruses that I'm not hearing, but as someone who isn't as ingrained in this genre as I am in others, they don't seem super clear to me. That doesn't mean that the tracks aren't good. They're interesting. I especially liked Amari from the A side. I felt like it was a really good take on kind of the modern rap trap vibe with that, guitars and flutes, which is something that you hear a lot in rap right now. Had kind of his own take on it. I also love when people have the air horn in their raps. I think he does that on the third track. It was his fourth song, Applying Pressure. I just love that. I mean, it's almost like a joke at this point, but it still just brings a smile to my face. In general, listening to the album, big old smile on my face. It was fun. It was funny. It was interesting. I liked the Lil Jon feature early on. It reminded me of his feature on Shots by LMFAO, and it just brought back fond memories of, if you ain't getting drunk, then get the out of here. It's classic. It's what I want Lil Jon to do, just yell. I also like the variety that J. Cole took in terms of tone. He pretty seamlessly switches from more aggressive to more relaxed tones. And sometimes he doesn't do it as kind of relaxed and slow and steady. He kind of just jumps into it. On the third song, My Life, that's when he has that really cool switch where at first he kind of has that oh, I'm chilling out. And then he bursts in, he comes in with all this energy. He's like, hey, you thought I was chill? Well, check it out. I'm going hard now. And it's really cool. I really like that difference on that. As I was getting to track 5, I was starting to think to myself, man, I haven't heard a lot of hooks. I don't have anything to sink my teeth into. And it's almost like J. Cole could hear me saying it, because right after that, on 100 Mil, he lays down the law. He has this great hook about how people are a little too obsessed with money. He talks about, hey, now I've got it. And he's like, I didn't used to have it, but now I have it, and it's great, and I'm loving it. And I think money is one of the more interesting topics he uses throughout. But in terms of flow and melody, which is what we're focusing on now, that's kind of the remarkable stuff. The back half of the album is a little bit more melodic, a little slower in parts in terms of flow, but faster too. But in terms of the choruses, they're more slow, hooky, melodic choruses, more of what I would consider the classic bangers. I mean, I don't know the genre as well, so it could be that first half is exactly what would get tons of radio play, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But on that second half, I feel like he does dive in a little bit harder on those really just juicy hooks. So preference, personally, I like the back half of the album a lot more than the front half. Lyrically, I think this album is really cool. It showcases the plight of Black Americans and poor Americans and poor people while keeping it real, saying, I do have it now, and I am the top guy. Look at me. I'm all braggadocious, which is kind of the cool thing to do in the rap industry. And I've got all of the things that someone would want in my position, and I still remember what it was like when I didn't have it. I still want to reach out and help those people and let them know that there's hope, which is cool. It's a good message. So, good job. That was fun. I also like talking about economic inequality in music. I like the anti-materialistic vibes. Those are kind of two of my favorite things to talk about in music, especially rap. And he does that well. He's talking about those things in a really expert way. Not like an economic expert, but an expert MC. Hats off. Favorite track on the album, Pride is the Devil. It just is such a welcome reprise. It's got a super strong hook. The production is really fun, really light, but also meaty. If I was just to listen to one track from this album, it would be Pride is the Devil. In terms of production, I think this album's really interesting. Again, it showcases how to do modern rap while still being respectful to all of the genius that has come before. He's using soul samples. He's using flutes. He's using trap hi-hats. He's doing all the things of modern stuff and of old stuff. I think it's cool. I think he does it well. I think he's able to integrate old sounds, new sounds in the production in really intelligent ways. It's fun. It can get really bouncy at times, having really interesting electronic sounds that don't sound out of place and that his voice is able to control. Is it super innovative production-wise? No. We're not looking at My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or Kids See Ghosts where the production is just like, whoa, or Because the Internet. I think Because the Internet is really innovative in terms of production. We're not seeing that, but we are seeing an interesting integration and statement in the modern zeitgeist. So take that for what you will. Not crazy innovative, but not bad. Probably my favorite rap album of the year. In terms of a rating for this album, it's a good album, obviously. And it's going to be a lot of people's favorite thing. If rap is your thing, 100%, this is your album. This is a great piece of music. However, if like me, you like to dig your teeth into some juicy hooks and you like those hooks to be prevalent, this album may not be the best thing because that back half is really the only place where you're getting strong hooks. In the first half, there's nothing really to latch your teeth into in terms of hooks. There's lots of great rhymes. There's lots of great lyrics. Not a lot of hooks. I'm going to give it 2 stars. Some of these tracks are going to make it onto my hip hop playlist for sure, but it's not like a whole album that I would put on a hip hop playlist. In terms of other new music released this week, we've got a few interesting tracks. Straightenin' by Migos. Just cementing Migos as, great Atlanta trap group. Still killing it. Liked it. Didn't love it, but it showcases what Migos does best. So what else do you want? They are what they are. The new Olivia Rodrigo song, Good For You, feels a little like a Billie Eilish ripoff mixed with a pop punk chorus. Didn't love it. I hope the album doesn't sound like that. This album could be really cool. And she has like a lot of hype right now. She could become, next big female artist for sure. Driver's License has given her that platform to do that. Will she do it? I don't know. This latest song doesn't leave me hopeful. I have to listen to that Black Keys album. I'm excited for it. It is covers, Mississippi covers, but it's going to be cool, and I'm excited for it. So I might have to review it in a separate video. Haven't really delved too much deeper into the new stuff there, but I will. I'll listen to it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. The new Katy Perry song, Electric, is really cool. Great pop number. I wasn't super hyped on the stuff she'd been releasing recently. It wasn't super catchy. This song, different. It's catchy. It's good. I wish I liked St. Vincent music in general. She just released a new album. I'm probably not going to listen to it. I haven't liked St. Vincent in the past. Every time I give her a new chance, I'm not impressed. So I listened to a little bit of it and I was like, yeah, this is just the same old St. Vincent. Not my cup of tea. But if you like St. Vincent, there's a new album and it's probably good. It's hard for me to tell. If you don't like the singer, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna like the music, It's hard to disassociate the two. The new Skrillex track is pretty cool. I like the house thing. I feel like a lot of big EDM producers have been going house recently, and I like house, so I'm down with it. It makes me miss a little bit of the more interesting rhythmic stuff that Skrillex has done in the past, but I'm all right with him doing some house. It sounds cool. I like his take on it more than I like other artists' take on it. Good job, Skrillex. It's a good little house track. The vocals on it are clean. The production's cool. As always, the percussion is fire because it's Skrillex doing the percussion. You know, he's just great at it. He never fails. So what do you expect? The Martin Garrix, Bono, and The Edge track is all right. I don't feel like Martin Garrix is doing anything super revolutionary with U2's band members. I like the idea of it, though. I want, U2 to fuse with that modern vibe a little more. And I think it could be really, 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 really cool. It's not, but it could be. It has a lot of potential. The new track for the Leon Bridges album is dope. He just always puts out great music. Very listenable, very fun. It's definitely not a, River by Leon Bridges. It's not like, I think, a big hit for him, but it is cool. It's groovy and it's funky and it's what you want from like a standard Leon Bridges song. I love that unique modern R&B vibe. I think it's a great genre, and I know a lot of musicians love it. So Leon Bridges is just showing up again, Favorite track of the week is the Claire track, Frankenstein. It's just so catchy. It's just hook after hook after hook. The song never stops having great hooks. Ideal bedroom pop. As far as bedroom pop genre goes, like if someone was like, hey, what came out of the pandemic in terms of bedroom pop? And they were asking me to give them like a good example of it, I'd probably show them either this song or, like the, you're a player, aren't you? And I hear you got that song. That song's dope. That's the new music for the week. Thanks so much for checking out this review. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on the J. Cole album or any of the other new music from this week. I'd love to hear it. I'm generally responsive in my comments section. I do music reviews like this every Friday. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you'll see me post these. It's not going to stop anytime soon. Hope you're digging them so far. Make sure to like the video and share it with your friends as well. Anyone who might be into the new J. Cole album. If you got music that you want me to listen to and you want me to review that's coming out next week, send it to me and I'll take a look at it. If you're an artist and you're putting out an album, send it my way and I'll review it. I'll give it a chance. And if it's the most interesting album of the week, I will give it its own review. Catch you on the flip.